Are the benefits of staying single as a man enough to outweigh the benefits of not staying single? And when should you absolutely stay single? Let's explore. With the rise in third wave feminism and the decline in available high quality women in the dating market, plus the incredibly inequitable effects of divorce on men, it's no wonder plenty a good fella are choosing to stay single, and I don't blame them. The interesting part is, while I am a dating coach for men who typically want to be in a relationship or improve the relationship they're in, the advice I'm going to give you for if you choose to stay single is going to be remarkably the same, because the things that I suggest on making changes to your life are things that you will actually appreciate regardless of what any woman thinks. And a lot of those things are the same things that I do suggest to guys who want relationships. They're things that are going to make you happier in your own life, no matter what. And if you do want a girl, well, if you build it, they will come. What I mean is, if you build a life that you are happy and content in and that you're proud of, then that's going to be attractive to women if you happen to want to be with a woman later on down the road. Now, obviously, you're watching this video because you kind of question whether or not that's even a good idea, and are women worth it? Well, let's look at that. If you're new to my channel, my name is Anna Jorgensen. Welcome to Just the Tip Tuesday. So here's the thing. When we take actions towards making improvements in our life or in ourselves, our sneaky, tricky brain releases this stuff called dopamine, which is a feel-good neurotransmitter. I think I've called it a hormone in other videos, but it's actually a neurotransmitter. Same things like when you're winning in a game, if you're gaming or scrolling or what have you, these dopamine hits make us feel good and help us want to continue moving forward in whatever we're doing. Whether it's something productive, like maybe going to the gym or working on our career, or if it's unproductive, like gaming for days on end without doing anything in your life that's responsible, or scrolling endlessly on social media. So without further ado, the benefits of staying single as a man. 1, no woman, no cry. Yeah. If you don't allow yourself to be vulnerable and fall for a woman, she's not going to be able to break your heart. There is definitely a benefit to that, especially if you've already been through the heartbreak. You know what that feels like, and you know it sucks. And the reality is that over 60% of unions end in separation, and over 85% of the time, it's the woman who initiates the breakup. Plus, if you choose not to pursue a woman, then you also won't have to deal with the inevitable rejection you're going to face. Also see my video on chasing versus pursuing, in case you're just still a little curious about possibility of dating. 2, no woman, no pay. Reality land is that being in a relationship is expensive. You want to do things together. You want to go out for trips. You want to go to restaurants. You want to do activities. And if you actually really like the person that you're with, you do want to spend some money on them, maybe even buying them gifts if that's something that you enjoy doing for your partner or that she enjoys receiving. It doesn't mean it has to be expensive, but anything that you purchase with moolah costs money. As well, you never have to worry that you're going to lose everything you've worked so hard for in a divorce. And if you want to stay single but still get some, well, there's always going to be a trollop on speed dial who will, be available to you, whether you choose the currently legal route and just go for a gold digging hoe, or other possibilities. Maybe Vegas. I don't know. I'm not saying I support this. I'm just saying there are options out there that don't have to make you sign on a contract like marriage. And thanks to feminism, some women will even give it away for free. Conditions apply. Number 3, benefit of staying single as a man. Variety is the spice of life. If you do choose to date women but not get into a committed relationship or marriage, you can date as many different women as you want. You can go through a veritable smorgasbord of selections and not have to commit to any of them. You can avoid judgment, and you don't have to answer to anyone except yourself. But also wrap it up, because you probably don't want unwanted surprises like unexpected offspring, or other things you can get when you don't wrap it up. Be careful out there. Wear a raincoat. Number 4, time is on your side. Okay, so time is on your side. You have time to do whatever you want, whenever you want, with whomever you want. And again, you don't have to answer to anybody. If you want to game all day in the PJs you've worn for a week, go for it. Leave your pizza boxes with their concrete crusts all over the place? Sure thing. Openly check out a girl's sister, best friend, or MILF? Why not? You can do whatever you want, which brings us to number 5. Say like Braveheart, freedom, minus getting your innards outed. And then we're gonna go over who should absolutely stay single, even if you don't think you really want to or you're not sure. So freedom, you're 100% free in your life. You answer to no one. You don't have to make considerations for anyone else if you don't want to, because relationships do require consideration. Even emotionally healthy people have needs in a relationship. And I want it. You are the king of your castle. You are also, a little side note here, 100% responsible for any of the choices you do make. But there is actually some freedom in that as well, because you won't be able to play the blame game or the no shame game on yourself, which is actually a good thing. When you are single, when you are -1, you have a lot more time, money, and opportunity to make the best of your life. Now, when should you absolutely stay single? Let's say you're on the fence and you're looking for the benefits of staying single as a man, but there's a part of you, because maybe you're on my channel, that's like, okay, but I'm still kind of digging on women. What, should I or should I not? Okay, here's when you absolutely shouldn't. You gotta say no to yourself. All right, number 1, newly single, not ready to mingle. Look, if you have just gone through a really hard breakup or lost your loved one, there's many different ways of experiencing that, and my heart breaks for you. If you're not ready, it's okay to stay off the market for a while and just honor your grieving. When things end, there's a grieving process, and you don't have to rush into another relationship and just ignore that. It's okay to go through the grieving process. It's healthy to go through the grieving process. It's okay to take some time to be by yourself on your own. I have done this. I did a very, very extensive stint being single for some of these reasons, actually. And it was very good for me. So I do recommend it. Next one. If you've been called a bitter pill. So let's say you broke up with, or someone broke up with you, or you've been rejected, or you're just freaking tired of chasing women. Watch my video on chasing versus pursuing. If you're bitter and you typically say things like all women are, insert any kind of negative adjective, then you probably want to stay single, at least for a while. Because all women are thinking leads to attracting those kind of women. Again, we have confirmation bias and we have cognitive dissonance, which essentially means we look for evidence that support our belief systems. So if you've had some really toxic relationships or negative experiences with women and you can't help but think or feel that all women are whatever negative, then you need to take a break from being out in the world, because you're just going to get more of it. And I would strongly suggest working on yourself and doing things that will improve your life in many different ways. And actually, my Wake Up to Love program helps all guys improve their lives in many different ways. There is, of course, a segment on Get the Girl and Understanding Women, but there are segments in there where it's all about you improving you in ways that are going to be meaningful to you, regardless of women, and what things to change or to work on, and what things to be like, no way, man, I'm going to own that one. Someone said that's a flaw. Nope, to me, that's not a flaw. I'm going to own that one. And if I stay single forever because of it, I'm okay with that. So anyways, if you're interested in that, I'll put a link at the end. Because here's the thing. You know how there are women who've had bad experiences and they say things like all men are pigs, jerks, misogynists, etc. Are those women attractive? No. So it's the same in reverse. Men who have really negative feelings towards all women and don't think there's any good ones left are not going to be attractive to the high quality women who are out there. And yeah, they're scarce. So are they going to go for someone who's bitter? or maybe someone who's got a better attitude towards women. Of course, it's going to be the latter. So until you can get back to a place where you can at least be neutral about women, you should definitely stay single. Number 3, broker. Not as in you're brokering a deal, as in you are experiencing some financial hardship. Whether or not it's directly or indirectly related to a previous relationship, like maybe you got shafted in the divorce, or maybe you didn't get shafted in the divorce, but you just willingly spent all your loot on some girl who really wasn't worth it. And now you're trying to catch up financially. Well, you should probably work on getting that sorted out before dating, because relationships do cost money, like I said before. And if you find someone that you actually really enjoy the company of, you're going to want to invest money and finances in that relationship, not just in that person, but in the actual relationship. Number 4, if you're desperately lonely. Okay, now this one kind of might be a surprise, because if you're desperately lonely, you're thinking that being with someone is going to solve that problem. It actually doesn't, because when you're desperately lonely, you probably have some sense of lower self-esteem or self-worth. You might not feel deserving of the kind of woman that would actually enhance your life. So if you're desperately lonely, you're not going to get a high quality woman, and you're just going to end up adding more suffering and grief to your life, because you might just take whatever comes to you. If any girl will have you, you'll be like, yes, I can have her. She'll have me and I won't be lonely. But you might not be lonely, but you'll be miserable. So you want to get past the feeling of desperate loneliness. And again, my Wake Up to Love program, if this is for sure you, then my Wake Up to Love program is going to help you immensely. And number 5, kind of the opposite to the last one, is unsettling. So what do I mean by unsettling? What I mean by unsettling is that you absolutely will not settle to settle down. So it's the opposite. Your standards are so high for what you want in a woman that she probably doesn't exist. And or if you're here watching my video and you're single, then you might have to improve yourself quite a bit for her to want to consider you, because I know this, you're not gonna like this. I'm sorry, don't shoot the messenger. But if she's that high quality, if she's a unicorn in the dating market, she's gonna have a lot of choices. She's gonna have so many options that you'll have to stand out from those other possibilities for her. So yes, definitely work on the things you can work on, but know that there's no one out there that's perfect. And if you're constantly looking for flaws in the women that you're considering, or you just simply see flaws in everyone, like that movie Shallow Hal, if you haven't seen it, it's kind of funny, then it might be better for you to actually stay single and just date if you want to date women, or wait and work on yourself, so that if you do happen to encounter the unicorn, then you will actually be able to have the confidence and the traits that she might actually want in a man. So whether you want to take a break from dating or you want to completely go solo, I highly recommend that you work on figuring out what's going to make you happy in your life and start pursuing actions toward those goals. You should have goals about what's going to make you happier in your life, and you should work toward those goals. Working toward those goals releases dopamine, makes you feel good, makes you want to work more toward those goals. Happy, happy, joy, joy, win, win. And of course, if you want a step-by-step guide for how to figure out what to work on and what to accept in yourself, along with a bunch of other stuff, then definitely check out my Wake Up to Love program. And yes, even guys who want to remain single will definitely benefit from the non-relationship modules, which are most of them actually. And a little bonus tip, since you stayed till the end, who should absolutely be in a relationship? Oh, what? That's an option? You want to definitely work on yourself, or stick with the plan of figuring out how to find, attract, and keep emotionally healthy, wonderful women. They are out there. If you want a family, that's pretty much the only time I'm going to suggest definitely having a relationship as a goal somewhere in your future. Most men won't go to the route of single fatherhood. Like, they won't choose that, whereas some women do choose that nowadays. But I really strongly believe, and statistics for incarceration and all kinds of other things also support the idea that having two parents in the household are incredibly important for a child. I won't say too much more on that, but you know it. You know it. So if you do want to have a child in your future, then perhaps at some point in time, a relationship will be a goal. It might not be right now, but maybe it's down the road. So, all right. What about you? What do you think? Do you want to stay single, or do you want to just take a break? Keep watching my videos, because then you'll be more mentally prepared if you do choose to get back in the dating world at some point. All that stuff will be in there through osmosis, and you'll be more prepared. And again, yeah, check out my Wake Up to Love program. There's a 100% money back guarantee within 60 days if for any reason you don't like it. So yeah, check it out. Check it out. And yeah, just a big hug to all the guys that have had bad experiences with women. I know there's a lot out there, and I feel for you. That's all I got. That's all I got on that. See you next time.